Welcome back. We found some friends out on the beach today. There is a live look outside from the Oregon coast. That's our In It Spanish Head Resort Hotel camera in Lincoln City. Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. It's fledgling season and the perfect time to get out and bird watch. Here to share some fun facts about baby birds and what to look for, we welcome back the author of Look at That Bird, Karen DeWitz. It's so great to see you.
It's great to be here again.
'Tis the season. There's so many baby birds.
It
out
is.
and about and happening right now.
Absolutely. This is a great time because, like you said, it's fledgling season. Fledgling means they're ready to leave the nest.
Okay.
But we're going to talk about there are some babies that are ready to leave the nest before others.
Right.
We're going to have a little conversation about that today.
Well, and let's talk about just being respectful and giving them their
Absolutely.
space first of all, right?
Oh, for sure. And one thing that I always like to tell people when they look at my photos specifically is that as a wildlife photographer, I'm extremely respectful of birds. It's super important to not get close to the nest. I use a 600mm lens to get the up-close shots that you see, and those are cropped in. So anytime you're near a baby, especially, be extra careful. Be extra stand back. Use your binoculars and don't stare because the predators are pretty smart. They'll know where you're looking.
That's
so
true.
Be careful.
Don't give them any hints.
Don't give them any hints and don't scare off mom and dad.
Okay, let's talk about the different kinds of baby birds and how they actually develop. Precocial birds. What category is that?
Okay, well we've got two big words with our baby birds today. Okay, we've got precocial birds and we've got altricial birds. Okay. Precocial, if you think about the word precocious and you think about baby humans who he can do algebra in kindergarten and he's precocious, like he's a little more advanced. Precocial birds are like that little duckling we just saw on the screen, and we also have a picture of a little baby gosling, so baby goose. Those are precocial, and what that means is they pop out of their shells, they dry themselves off, and then they run along after mom and dad. They can do it all kind of right from the get-go.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're super cute, super fluffy, ready to go precocial birds. Okay. Birds and mammals can be defined into these two categories. Humans are altricial. When we have a baby human, they're born naked and super helpless. And there are birds that can be born naked and super helpless. So our next photo is a nest full of baby robins, and they look pretty cute from this angle, but if you were to look down in there, they're naked, they're a little alien-y looking, definitely, and even as they grow up, they kind of give Albert Einstein.
Oh, sure.
Until they're quite a bit older. And so you get these little altricial babies, they stay in the nest, they're called nestlings for that very reason. These are the ones, if you find a baby that looks naked and not fully cooked and it's down on the ground, that's where you need to call a bird rehabber, and in this area that would be the Bird Alliance of Oregon, which is the new name of the Audubon Society, and get some help, find the nest, put it back in the nest. The birds won't leave because they smell you. That's a wives' tale. Those babies can't make it on their own. There is another type of baby that you will see out later that's like a half-grown baby. It's like the toddler baby, if you will, the fledgling. That is, fluffed out, gonna look a lot like mom and dad, but with a few more speckles and maybe more fluffy fur. Fur, feathers, furry-looking feathers.
Like fur,
exactly.
Okay, can I ask you about hummingbirds?
Hummingbirds, oh, for sure. I've got a picture up here of hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are very much altricial. Okay, hummingbirds come, this is a picture of a hummingbird nest, and you'll notice it's made of lichen and moss and spider silk. And what that does is it makes this pouch that is able to stretch. It starts off teeny, teeny, tiny. A hummingbird egg is the size of a Tic Tac. It actually looks like a little tiny, little jelly bean type piece of candy. And as the babies grow, they're born naked, they're born with little just baby pin feathers, and then as they grow, they're looking almost like mom and dad by the time they fledge and leave the nest. And their little hummingbird nests are able to stretch and make room for them as they change size. One of the reasons why if you go on like TikTok and some of the different social medias, you'll see ads for hummingbird houses. Don't buy those. Hummingbirds don't use houses. They only build these little stretchy nests for themselves. That isn't something that hummingbirds would do. So
Tell me about the gape that some birds have.
The gape. Okay, so one of the pictures, this one here.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
The gape is where they rise up and they look like Muppets. Okay, when you talk about somebody's mouth gaping open, like being wide open, that's exactly what this means. The gape is what you call the inside of a baby bird's mouth.
Okay.
It's very brightly colored. It's very, very wide open, and in fact, a lot of baby birds at this age, they have something called a gape flange, which is kind of a stretchy bit around the edge of their beak that allows it to open up wider than an older bird's beak would be. And if their mouth is closed, it looks like lips. So if you're out in the world and you see a little fluffy looking bird with like looks like it has lips, that's the gape flange, and that just lets it open its mouth super, super wide and make a target like, hello, feed me.
That's so cool.
And at that age, at a nestling age, they just are a target. They don't do anything for themselves. And one of the great things lately here, or in June and July, some of July, is that particular type of bird, the last one we saw was a tree swallow in a nesting box, and the ones with the row of gaping open mouth are barn swallows. And those are great opportunities locally to see birds when they're still nestlings. Nestlings are usually pretty well hidden away. Those particular types of birds have adapted well to being around humans. They use the bird boxes, or the one of the nestlings all in a row was taken on the underside of an outdoor bathroom at a local wildlife reserve.
They find a way.
They find a way, and nature will preserve. So
we always love chatting with you. We learned so much. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me.
Baby birds are so cute. Okay, you can join Karen for a free look back lecture about birds of the Pacific Northwest. It's next Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Museum of the Oregon Territory in Oregon City. Karen's book again is Look at That Bird, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.